Good morning, folks. This is Patrick, your friendly neighborhood Carnage collector. And if my voice sounds a little rough or sleepy, that's because it is 0 dark 30, approximately 0400 in the morning. It's AM, folks. Okay. And so why am I out in my garage at 4 o'clock in the morning? Well, couldn't sleep. So I got up and decided to do something constructive. And that is to come out here and shoot this video for my channel. And I'm kind of coming in on the middle of this project because what we're looking at here started out as a skeleton. I think it's about 3 feet tall. I can measure it later. But anyway, I forgot to film that part before I got to this part right here. So that's where we are. We're in the middle of this project, or kind of not in the middle, but you know what I'm saying. We're past the beginning. So anyway, what this is going to be is right here, what we're looking at. Hopefully it will look like that when I'm done, or at least a close approximation of. And I want to give credit to the person who created this, and that is Nick Hanzo. And I want to tell you a little bit about this project, and I'm calling this a DIY. What do I want to call this? I guess a DIY customization, because basically I'm doing it myself. I don't have a figure, I don't have a model that I am adding to, just a skeleton, just the bones of the project. So I'm gonna call this a DIY project, folks. I'm doing it myself. Okay. Let me see. All right, let's try to make this a little bit exciting while I run my mouth here. And for the folks who have not watched my channel before, this is a homegrown mom and pop one-man operation, except it's the pop without the mom. So I'm doing it solo, folks. And I guess you could compare it to like the old grocery stores we used to have in towns and cities everywhere until Walmart came along and took over with all the glamour and the money and the bright lights. I guess that's me. I'm that old country store that everybody used to go to before Walmart came. I'm still here, not going anywhere, but I just don't get a lot of business like Walmart. Okay, put it that way. I'm a small channel, folks, and I just love what I'm doing, so I'm going to hang in there and keep doing it. Anyway, I said all that to say this. I don't have a lot of funds, a lot of money to do stuff. I don't have a production team. I don't have fancy lighting or a nice studio. And I guess along with that also, that's part of the reason I shoot vertically, because I don't have that nice fancy studio. If I shoot horizontally, you're going to see all the extra clutter and junk around, because I work in these spaces and I live in these spaces. So it's not always tidy. It's not always nice and neat and pretty. Anyway, let's get back to what we're looking at here. This started out as a scale. I said that part, right? Yeah, okay. I guess I'm still waking up. Hold on, folks. I think I need a sip of my coffee too. Let me get a sip and I'll be back. All right. Hopefully things will go better now. I had a sip of coffee. One more thing. Please forgive my lighting. My light sources behind me and above me, and that's why you see my shadow cast here. My only other source of light is that light bar behind the figure. And if I turn that on, it will kind of interfere with the camera. You won't be able to see that well. So we have to work with what we got. Okay, let's talk about this. I came across this statue right here on the Cubit Collectibles website many months ago, probably close to a year now. And I inquired about when the statue was going to be for sale. I got a response saying something like, "Oh, it's going to be for sale soon," or "It's coming." That was at least 7, 8, 9 months ago, folks. Since then, the Cubic Collectibles site has been offline. I guess that's the term for it, because I go there and it says "coming soon." The whole site is you can't get in, open the site. It's just not there, and that's been going on for months. And I really did want to buy this statue. I had set aside the money for it. I think the guy said it was like going to be, I don't know, 600, 700, something like that. I can't remember. Don't quote me on it. Anyway, I wanted to get it. It's a nice looking statue. Just go online and check it out, and you'll see what I mean. It looks really nice, and it's something different for the collection. So, after many months of being in kind of a limbo about this statue, I figured, okay, I'm never going to be able to buy this because of what's going on with the website. And I had waited for months and months for it to come up for sale, but it didn't. So jump ahead a few months, and I bought this skeleton. I actually did the throne. Let's get a look at it. Yes, that is spray foam that you see. And you can probably tell right there is a post office box. All right. Again, folks, I'm solo. I do everything on the cheap. I can only afford to do so much. All right. With what my money allows me to do. So that's spray foam covering a post office box. And I did that several months ago, and I really hadn't got back around to working on this until the last couple of days. I've said, let me go ahead and get started, because it's starting to get hot in this garage and I can't do all this foam work inside the house. So I have to do it out here. And if I wait much longer, it's going to be too hot to come out here and do it. So anyway, so much for that. A couple of days ago, I got another can of spray foam. Finally sprayed the skeleton. As you can tell here, got foam everywhere. And again, let's reference the picture. My shadow's blocking it, but hopefully it's going to look like that one day. And I do plan on getting some I plan on getting some color pictures for my reference, so I have something better to go by that's kind of dark and dim. So yeah, folks, a couple days ago I sprayed the foam on it. No, you know what? It was yesterday. Yeah, it's a new day. So yesterday I sprayed the foam on this, and let me show you something here. See if I can change hands with the camera. Wait a minute. Never mind. I have it pinned down so it doesn't move. But anyway, it's movable, folks. Right now, it's like an action figure. The joints move. Where's my finger? There I am. Yeah, the ankles, the knees, the hips, all the joints, they're movable. And what I did was, after I sprayed the foam, I came and cut all of the joint areas to remove some of the foam so it could still move, because I want to position him like the reference picture. I want to position him. Once I get him in the position I want, then I will leave it like that. It won't be able to move like an action figure once I'm done. I would love to do that, but it's just not possible with what I have in mind. So once I get him in a position, I'm going to start carving up the spray foam to shape it to make it look more like a body, a human body, instead of a mass of like a glob here, or a blob of stuff. So I'm going to shape it, and once I get that shape, the basic shape, I'll be using some type of clay. I'm not sure if it's going to be air dry, epoxy. I would love to use some Sculpey, some baked clay, but there's no way I can put clay on this, then put it in the oven, bake it without all of this stuff melting and making a big hazardous mess. So Sculpey's out of the question. I like working with Sculpey. So I don't know. You know what? Maybe I could flatten some Sculpey and bake it and then wrap it on here. Maybe I'll look into that. But anyway, what I'm thinking is I'm going to be using a lot of air dry clay and some epoxy clay on most of this. And then I'll get the final shape with the clay and just take it from there. And I think I'm about to wrap this up, folks. Just give you kind of a look at the side. And I believe the hardest part for me on this project will be the hands. I'm not a foot person or a hand person. If you're an artist, you know what I'm talking about. That's always been my downfall, my weakness. So I'm going to have to take a lot of time to study how to do hand videos on YouTube, or rather how to sculpt hands, because can we see it right there? The hands will have to look like that. Anyway, I think that's it, folks. Oh, and you're probably wondering, why does Carnage have that cup on top of his head? That's going to be his crown. I don't know if you saw it, but yes, he does have a crown. I guess this is King Carnage. So I'm going to make that into the crown. And once again, folks, do it on the cheap. I can only do what I can afford. All right, so I figured the easiest, most economical, most financially feasible way for me to do the crown was to just get this cup and make a crown with it. Let's see. That's it, folks, for now. So make sure you stay tuned if you're interested in this project. Just come back from time to time. Check the channel, see what's new. I don't have a set schedule for anything. As I finish something, I'll post a video. Or as I'm working on something, I'll post a video. All right, folks, as always, thank you for watching this video. And thank you for your continued support of the channel. Bye. And now for the money shot. I need a good thumbnail. I don't know if that's going to attract a lot of attention right there. So let's see. You know what? I'm not a big Stranger Things fan, but it looks kind of like that. Vecna. Is that the name of that creature on that show? Vectra, something like that. Looks kind of like that right now, with all this lumpy skin. All right, that's it. I'm starting to ramble. Bye, folks.